Before you watch this video, it's important for you to understand that we do not and never will endorse murder, threats, violence, or cyberbullying.
The next person who has the sheer nerve, the sheer entitled caucasity to say all lives matter, I'm gonna stab you.
It's okay to threaten murder now on the internet as long as you're a leftist? Guys, I use Virtual Shield VPN every single day on my phone and my laptop because anytime I'm online, I want to hide my identity, my activity, and my location. And you can try it for free for 30 days, plus get 30% off by using the link in the description. Yesterday, I went over this video on my DLive interactive podcast. By the way, if you haven't followed me over there, check it out. I go live every night at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. You don't want to miss it. In that podcast, I introduced you to Clara Janover. Clara thought it would be a good idea to make this video right here and post it to her TikTok account the other day.
The next person who has the sheer nerve, the sheer entitled caucasity to say all lives matter, I'm gonna stab you. I'm gonna stab you. And while you're struggling and bleeding out, I'm gonna show you my paper cut and say, my cut matters too.
Anybody with a cursory understanding of the English language knows that what Clara did here was threaten to murder anybody who would dare say ALM in her presence. She further told her audience what she would do while her victim bled out. A victim, mind you, who simply, in Clara's scenario, would not have been threatening to harm her. Her victim would have merely stated the obvious, that all lives do indeed matter. 12 hours after her video went viral and had undergone a heavy amount of scrutiny, Clara attempted to walk back and downplay the intent of her original video, saying this.
This is an ongoing saga about how Trump Twitter has made my name a hashtag that trended on Twitter last night in just 12 hours because of my Black Lives Matter post on TikTok. Go watch my old videos to see how it all started and escalated into Ann Coulter and a lot of other famous conservatives taking an analogy that I made very seriously. I made the analogy that if you stab someone and watch them bleed out and then point to your small paper cut that's completely irrelevant, it is analogously the same as people saying all lives matter to Black Lives Matter. It was hyperbole and political satire, and actually it was a good TikTok. But goddamn, people thought I was actually threatening to stab them. And now we have Trump Twitter and my name trending. With messages like these, reporting me to the FBI, I've gotten rape and death threats, and I got about 5,000 direct messages from Trump supporters saying all lives matter. This was personally my favorite. Apparently Trump supporters love the C word. And now Trump News picked it up, so this is fun. But I won't be silenced.
She called her original video an analogy, hyperbole, and political satire. The only problem is that's not how she presented it, and that's not what she said. She presented her original video as an open threat to anybody who would dare utter those 3 words within her earshot.
But goddamn, people thought I was actually threatening to stab them.
You did threaten to stab them. Let's listen again.
The next person who has the sheer nerve, the sheer entitled caucasity to say all lives matter, I'm gonna stab you. I'm gonna stab you.
She actually used a social media platform to put out a public threat of not only violence, but the kind of violence that would end with the murder of anybody who said words that she didn't like. If you were to type her exact words in Twitter, on Facebook, or say them on YouTube, you know what would happen. You'd be banned, and you'd probably get a visit from men driving black SUVs and wearing black suits and dark sunglasses.
And now we have Trump Twitter and my name trending. With messages like these, reporting me to the FBI, I've gotten rape and death threats, and I got about 5,000 direct messages from Trump supporters saying all lives matter. This was personally my favorite. Apparently Trump supporters love the C word. And now Trump News picked it up, so this is fun. But I won't be silenced.
So instead of apologizing, Clara doubles down. Later, she put out this video.
Trump supporters just took my job away from me. I've gotten death threats, rape threats, violent threats. It was okay, but now it doesn't like my future. My future's entirely compromised because Trump supporters have decided to come for my life.
It doesn't look like there's much of an effort to take personal responsibility for her own words. This person literally threatened to murder people for saying ALM, and somehow it's the fault of Trump supporters for shining a light on what she actually said.
God, this sucks. You guys suck. I'm too strong for you. I'm too strong for any of you. All lives matter. Raises Trump supporters. It sucks, but it doesn't suck as much as systemic racism. And I'm not gonna stop using my platform to advocate for it. And I'm sorry, Deloitte, that you can't see that. That you are cowardice enough to fight somebody who's going to make an indelible change in the world and is going to have an impact.
Under an upload of Claire's original video, there's a massive amount of dislikes to the amount of likes. And people are saying things like, while your life may matter, the company you work for says your future at the company doesn't. This lunatic needs to be investigated by the FBI. Do you want this to be your coworker? And I gotta answer honestly, guys, I wouldn't want somebody like this working by my side. Because if you said the wrong thing, you might get a knife in your back. And I'm not kidding about that. Can you imagine the amount of face palming her parents are doing right now? Oh my God, what has she done? She got fired from her job and has now made a crying video blaming Trump supporters for her threatening to kill people. And under this explanation video, the dislike ratio is just as bad with these comments. Fake tears, just like everything else about her. Too bad she has too much hate and blames Trump for it. What a crybaby. She actually records herself crying? What is she, 9 years old? Caucasity should have got you fired alone. That's a racial statement. My future is compromised. I'm too strong for you. I guess not strong enough not to get emotional over losing a job. I guess not strong enough to take something as simple as all lives matter to not get you so emotionally upset that you threaten to stab people. This is what a Harvard education and a healthy dose of CNN will get you. She says she's strong, but shows nothing but weakness. Clara also made another video where she still failed to apologize for threatening to murder people and watch them bleed out.
I know this is what Trump supporters wanted, because standing up for Black Lives Matter put me in a place online to be seen by millions of people. The job that I had worked really hard to get and meant a lot to me just called me and fired me because of everything. I don't know if everyone's seen, but it's been circulating a lot. My Black Lives Matter TikToks were picked up by conservatives and spread and shared, and people were demanding that I be fired, which I just got. My job that I worked really hard for. Even though they claim to stand against systematic bias, racism, and unequal treatment, so do the thousands of Trump supporters sending me hate messages, death threats, and violent messages. I'm still not going to stop talking about and defending Black Lives Matter. You can't take away my spirit and my devotion towards human rights.
Here's what I predict is going to happen. Many will ignore her threats of violence and murder on innocent people, and they'll lift her up as a champion for the BLM cause. The company that fired her will probably get a lot of heat for firing her and will be boycotted. She'll probably be offered a better position and more money on the liberal front, and may even eventually be groomed as the next AOC-like congresswoman. The sad part is she said what she said because she meant what she meant. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. And more than likely in this life, you'll reap what you sow. It's sad that we live in a day and age where violence and murder are honored as noble and virtuous. If you get something out of this content and you want to support this channel, one of the best ways you can do that is by liking this video and sharing it with everybody you can, everywhere you can on social media. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification icon so that whenever I upload a video, you're one of the first to see it. If you want to further support the channel, the Patreon, PayPal, Bitcoin, and Subscribestar links are in the description below and in the pinned comment, or you can grab one of these conversation starting, hard-hitting designs that you can put on any shirt, hoodie, or mug from the shirt store, and that link is also in the description. Your purchase helps support more content on this channel. I will see you guys in the next heavily censored, shadow banned, and now 100% demonetized video.